Well, I should say, I want to say good afternoon, Magga, but it's actually later your time there. So I want to say welcome to the interview. And I love the smile. And we want to spend the next 10 or 15 minutes kind of going into this thing about you becoming an author. And this is a culmination of a lot of things that I know we've talked about over the time.
Mm.
And so I'm going to show off some really cool things that include not just your website as a new author. You've been released on over 400 different news and media outlets throughout the world. And you know, you're containing yourself very well right now, because sometimes I've been on the phone with you and you're just so excited, but I like the calm. You've just poised right now. It's very good. So do this. So I want you to introduce yourself. Tell me where you're from, because I haven't given that away yet, because that's really cool. And you've got a really great heritage and a history. And I also want you to express, for instance, like your name in your language. So I'd love to hear that.
Thank you, and
Mm-hmm.
thank you for welcoming me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of humble when you talk about me like that. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Well, my name is Margaret Sigridur Jonsdottir, and Magga Sigga is my nickname that my father gave me when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And it translates fine to almost any language. So Magga Sigga is just a nickname.
Good.
And I'm from Iceland. I live in Iceland. I'm born in the south side of Iceland and raised in the countryside.
Mm-hmm.
Growing up, milking cows, herding sheep, riding horses, just the plain old things in the countryside. Very nice.
I understand. So now you are an international global entrepreneur. You're online. You work with people all over the world. And I want to show off a couple things here that are really, really cool. I'm going to share my screen here for a second. And let's see. Here we go. So you have your own author website. And you got that great smile there from Iceland. I love that. And this is just something here. I mean, there's a whole lot of things when I come to your website and talk about you becoming a published author, and there's actually your book. So what does it mean to you and feel now when you hear someone talk to you that you're a published author?
Oh, that's a big question. Well, actually, the strange part is probably I'm grateful. I'm thankful for the opportunity to be able to do that, because it's not like you're going to the grocery store and shopping for some groceries. This is more, and it's amazing.
Yes, it is amazing. And I noticed some of the things in here that I want to go back here and talk about your definition of success. But when I scroll down here and see your book, and I'm always very, how do you want to say this, in awe of individuals that are so well read, that you're citing Plato here. And I know this has deep meaning to you because it comes from your father's constant reminder to have faith in yourself. So tell me more about this. Where does it come from?
Well, that is basically, it's from my father. He always told me that I should stand up for myself and have faith in me, and knowing that I would be in a rough situation in life, that I wasn't, no one would save me. I mean, things happen, and you kind of have to know that you got your own back, and that is very important.
Yes, absolutely. And so the very top line here is, my definition of success is I get dressed up and go out anyway. I love it. It's simple, but simply powerful, because a lot of people don't do that.
It's about the choice. It is about the choice. It's you have it. We always have two choices, and we can choose how big are the things that are gonna take me down. How big is the fight that I'm gonna choose, and when is the point where is the breaking point? And even though you will find the breaking point, then you will be totally beaten down. It's about, oh, I can't do this. It's about knowing what you're gonna do when you get back up.
Oh, wow.
I heard it from a friend.
And so you've already put your mind past the fact that you're going to fall down. That's just part of life. But
That's
you're
part of
already
life.
thinking, what's going to happen when I get up? That's an incredible, that's a piece of psychology and philosophy all wrapped together that has made you who you are. How cool. How cool.
Yeah.
So when I go up here and I look at, when I come to your website, Beyond Success by MaggaSigga.com, okay, and I see your definition right here of success. You might scream, you might cry, but giving up is not an option. That's the embodiment of what we just talked about.
Yeah. I mean, if you need to cry, cry. If you need to scream, then scream. But giving up is not an option.
Right.
Just wipe your nose and get on. Get up.
I love
get
it.
out. Yeah.
I love it. So, your whole focus and your attitude has been captured here. You've been able to write something now that includes your story, that includes your message, which this is part of it because this is kind of like the front piece, okay? You've been seen on Fox, NBC, ABC, CBS. You've been carried on that in hundreds of other news websites, media channels that have launched the press release of you launching this. Actually, if someone comes to your website, not only can they connect to your Facebook and your Instagram, they can call your phone, they can reach you by email, but guess what? Oh my gosh, they actually get to get a free PDF download so they can actually see kind of an excerpt like of the book, get a chapter from you and see what's going on and where did you get your courage from? Because that's what I hear from you is courage. And there's a difference. There's a lot of people that they aren't authentic and they aren't genuine, but I can just tell because when I see your smile and I can see how it comes from deep inside of you, you're just one of the most genuine people I've ever met. So how awesome.
Thank you.
So I'm very happy that I get a chance to interview to talk about this. And actually, I'm going to show, well, there's your book on Amazon. So you can jump on there and they can actually get the Kindle download to download to their for ebook, or they can grab the paperback version as well. And I'll jump over this real quickly. This is actually a listing of all the different news and media outlets. What did you feel when you actually looked down here of all the different stations that actually carried the press release of basically your announcement of who you were and how you wanted to help the world?
I got a bit shy.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like, I will not lie to you. I was like, am I ready for that?
Right.
Yeah, I am.
Sure. Because and that's what's good about it. It's authentic. And so the thing is you don't have to go look for a script or come up with something that you're making up. You're actually just revealing to people in your book about who Magga Sigga already is, who you have become, and all the difficulties that you have continued to get up through your life have made you today who you are.
Yeah.
So now that you have this, what I call, let's call it some Icelandic wisdom. How about that? Okay.
Icelandic wisdom. Yeah, it's an heritage from the Vikings.
There you go. Absolutely. Yeah. So they gave you this incredible wisdom, but they stole all the trees from your island, and well, that's a different story. I know, but that's okay. It's a good trait. It's a good trait.
It is.
So your message is a message of determination that comes from deep inside.
It is.
Yeah. So why did you decide to write a book to share your message? Why now? What's going on in your life that has made this, what do you want to call it, rite of passage come about?
It's about part of it is about facing your fear. And then of course it's a challenge.
Yes.
It's And then it was about knowing how far it would take me. And that is kind of the explorer in me. That's and probably the heritage of the Vikings also.
Sure.
It's like knowing how far you can go.
Right. So you want to find out where the edge of the world is, and if you do really fall off and a big dragon eats you. And you don't know until you get to the edge to see if there's a dragon over there.
You don't know.
And maybe,
you don't know.
Maybe there is no dragon, and you just keep to go to the next land, and you become the first pioneer, and there we go. Wonderful story.
You probably just ending up at your own house again then.
Sure. Yeah. It just comes back around. So
yeah.
What is it that, that your authenticity and your genuineness and your humble strength that you come from, your courage, who is it that you're wanting this to touch out there?
If someone is in the place that there is actually not much hope, not much of knowing what tomorrow is gonna bring, and that is actually the person. And I'm so happy and so lucky that I have met people in my life that have given me the courage to carry on. And sometimes in Iceland we say it's good to sleep on it. And new day has new opportunity, and you have energy to scream if you need to.
Sure.
And you have time to let the tears dry out. And it actually might be something good around the next corner. Have faith in that.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it. Simply powerful. That's what I like about that. Absolutely. So I'm very happy to have got a chance to interview you and to be part of this path that you're on, because I think, people get a chance to meet other individuals that are like-minded along the way. And so I wish you all the best luck and the best outcomes, because I think that you're going to continue to impact people. And I guess that's one of the questions I might ask just in closing. What has been the most unexpected reaction from people that now know that you're a published author?
It's probably a lot of people that knows that I'm dyslexic and I've always had trouble reading and writing. And it's like, how did you do that?
Right. That is awesome, huh?
And that is because I could.
Because it was the challenge to find out where the edge of the world was. And most people have said, but you can't write a book. You're dyslexic. You can't do that. And that sounded like somewhere along the way, somebody drew a line in the sand on the beach for you. And you're like, watch me. Yeah, exactly. Okay. So I want to be able to have the opportunity to come back in about 6 months and do a follow-up interview, because I just love to see how you're progressing and how many things that have happened and are moving well for you. And I want to hear about all the great success stories and other things that happen along the way. So thank you for your time.
Thank you. And take care.